Hi, my name's Rena Watson. This is the practical assessment piece for the Certificate 3 and Certificate 4 in Fitness for the Australian Institute of Personal Trainers. So today I'm set up for my practical fitness session with my client Bryce, who will meet in a minute. But I have conducted a OH&S assessment of the area, and the training area is free of hazards. I have also got all the equipment together that we're going to be using today, and I've also inspected that equipment just to make sure that it's in good working order and there is no damage. So all the equipment is available and it's ready to go. So the session today has been pre-organised to include some weights and strength training, as well as a cardio component, which we'll get to a little bit later on. So come on in, Bryce. Hi, how are you going today?
Good, thanks.
That's good to see you. Just take a seat. Okay, so Bryce and I completed a pre-assessment questionnaire at our initial consult, so he's actually got no limitations or constraints that are going to prevent him from training today, but we'll just find out a little bit more about Bryce before we kick off on our training session. So Bryce, could you just go over for me a little bit about what your goals are today, what it is you're trying to achieve from your session?
So my goals are, I really just want to try and get some strength in my upper body. And yeah, that's my main goal for me. Okay, excellent. We can definitely focus on helping you achieve that goal of strength in your upper body. So what kind of training have you been doing most recently? Mainly just weight resistance, just 3 times a week.
About 3 times a week? Okay, well that's really good. So would this be your 4th session this week?
Yes.
Yep, excellent. So that's a really good amount of training in a week, and will definitely help you achieve those results in building strength. So do you have any current injuries that we need to take into consideration today?
No.
No injuries?
Slight niggling shoulder, but...
Yep, okay. Alright, well what we'll do, nothing today should put too much stress on your shoulder. However, if you feel like it's hurting in any way or you're unable to complete an exercise, just let me know and we'll stop and we'll modify the exercise to take that into consideration, okay?
Okay.
Fantastic. Well, let's get started. We're going to start off with a fitness test today.
Yep.
So it's a strength test called a wall sit. Have you heard of that before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, no worries. Well, I'll run you through a demonstration on how to actually do it, and then I'll get you to do it yourself. So it's a timed test, and it's going to test the strength in our lower body, in our left leg, and also our right leg. So if you want to follow me over to the wall, I'll show you how it works. Okay, so up against the wall, you just need to put your back straight against the wall and slowly slide your buttocks down the wall until your legs are 90 degrees to the floor. You don't want your knees to pop over your toes, so just make sure your feet are slightly forward of your knees. So you want to bring your feet in quite close together for balance, because you're going to lift one leg up at a time. I'm going to time you while you do it. So when I say go, you lift your left leg up. We'll time your right until you can't hold it up anymore. Put that one down, and then we'll test your right leg. Hold that up until you can't hold it up anymore, and we'll time that just to see where your strength is at. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So if you want to take your position on the wall. Excellent. So probably just slide down a touch further. Okay. So, okay, when I say go, you want to lift your left leg up and go. Very good. Very good. Okay, so that was about 12 seconds. All right, and when you're ready, and go for the right leg. Good job. It's a tough one. Okay, and that was about 12 seconds on your right leg. So good job on that. That's a really hard strength exercise to do. 12 seconds on each leg is quite a bit below average, so it's giving us a lot of room to work with. So as we focus on your strength training, we'll also incorporate into your legs as well, just to make sure that we're building strength through all of your major muscle groups through your lower body.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. So we'll move on to the strength component of our training session today. So we'll pop back over to the equipment over here. Excuse me. Okay, so the first exercise that I have planned for you today is a body weight push-up. The next exercise we're going to do is a bent over row, and then we'll also focus on doing some weighted lunges. So all of these exercises are called compound exercises. So what that basically means is we're moving multiple joints and using multiple muscle groups. So it's a really efficient way of exercising, and it's a really good way of building strength, okay? So the first exercise is going to be a body weight push-up. So I'll just get your towel and put it on the mat here. So the aim with a body weight push-up is to keep our arms slightly wider than shoulder width apart, and put our toes on the ground and keeping them slightly shoulder width apart. So what we want to do is keep our back nice and straight in line with our feet, and lower ourselves down to the floor, and then push back up to the top of our range, keeping our abdominals and core nice and tight, and keeping as straight a back as possible. And we want to do that for a count of 10. So I'll just show you what that looks like. If you have any questions, just make sure you ask.
Okay.
So, as you can see, hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart, up on toes, with feet about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider. Keeping your abdominals nice and engaged. You want to lower your body down, and then all the way back up to the top of your range for 10. Okay, so this exercise is going to engage major muscle groups, pectoralis major, your anterior deltoids, some triceps, and also your trapezius in your back as well. So it's a really good strength building upper body exercise. So if you'd like to take your place on the mat and get yourself in position. Excellent. So just probably drop your glutes down a little bit. Yep, and keeping your back nice and straight. Okay, and when you're ready, lower yourself down. Excellent. Good. That's 1, 2. How's that on your shoulder?
Yeah, that's fine.
3. Very good. 4, 5. Excellent. 6, 7. 3 to go. 9. 1 more. You can do it. Good job. Excellent. Well done. And so how do you feel after the push-ups?
Yeah, that's good.
Yep, and where did you feel that working in your body?
Mainly through the chest and shoulders.
Chest and shoulders? Excellent. Okay, well that was our aim, so really well done. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to move on to is the barbell row. So I'll just show you what that looks like. So we're using a barbell today. So when we're picking anything up, we want to make sure that we're bending at our knees, not bending over from our back, because it places undue pressure on our spine. So when we pick up the bar, today we're going to do overhand rows. So overhand rows will engage a little bit more of our triceps, our posterior deltoids, our trapezius, and our latissimus dorsi. So it's a really good back workout, engaging all of those muscles. So when you pick the bar up, hands are about shoulder width apart.
Yep.
Picking the bar up, to get into position, we slightly bend our knees. And then when we lift the bar up, we want to lift it up to about our belly button, making sure that we're pulling with our trapezius through the back of our back, okay? So up like this. Like this. So just keeping those elbows in close to the side of our body. Okay, so if you'd like to come on over. So we're going to do this for 10 reps today, so I'll just watch you, your form picking up the bar. That's it, hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Excellent, so slight bend in your knees, and just sort of bend forward a touch more. Excellent. So when we lift the bar up, you want to touch it just sort of to around near where your belly button is, keeping those elbows in close to the side of your body. So important when you're exercising to make sure you are breathing properly. So you want to always do that on the eccentric move, which is when you are pulling the weight towards your body, and then you exhale on the concentric move, which is when you are dropping the weight close to the floor. Okay? So when you're ready, that's it. Breathing out on the lift up and in on the lift down. That's it. Three more. Excellent. And just dropping, bending at your knees to put that back down on the floor. Excellent. So how did that feel?
Yeah, that was good.
Good. And where did you feel that exercise?
Going through the centre and going from back.
Okay, excellent. That's what we were aiming for, so really good job on that. Yeah. Okay, so the last strength exercise we've got today is the body weight lunges. So to do that, the dumbbell weight lunges. So to do that, I've got a couple of dumbbells for you. So in order to get into the right position for that, I'm going to pick the dumbbells up. And so we're going to walk with the dumbbells in our hand for 10 steps. So this exercise works our gluteus maximus muscles, our quadriceps, our hamstrings, our gastrocnemius and our soleus. So it's a really good lower body exercise because it's engaging all of the major muscle groups. Also important to remember is to keep your abdominals engaged, because that really strong core is going to help support your posture in your upper body. So with your dumbbells in hand, what you need to do is just take a big forward stride, keeping your toes pointing forward and dropping your left knee closer to the ground. Like this, sort of standing back up, take another stride and drop your opposite knee down until your knee almost touches the floor. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So just pop over that barbell. Just yep. Excellent.
Thank you.
Okay. Good. Keeping that back nice and straight is a good job. So as you go down, you're breathing out, and as you step up, you're breathing in. Very good. And turn around, come back the other way. Good. And one more. Excellent. All right. So how did that feel?
Yeah, that was good.
Excellent. And where did you feel that working in your body?
Mainly through the front of the legs.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, really engaging those quadriceps, which is going to help build strength in our lower body. So really well done on the strength section of our training session today. Okay, so the next part of our training session is cardio. We're going to focus on building our cardio capacity. So the first type of cardio that I have for you is an inhibitive cardio session, and that is going to be in the style of a circuit, and we'll focus on being high intensity interval training. So what that means, the exercises that we're going to go through, you're going to do for 30 seconds and then have a 15-second break. So during that 30 seconds, I want you to put everything you have into getting out as many reps as possible to get your heart rate right up. And then when I say stop, you break for 30 seconds, which will allow your heart rate to sort of come down a little bit. And then when we go again, the next round of exercise, you do as many as you can in the 30 seconds time slot. So what I'm going to do is show you what all the different exercises look like. If you have any questions about those as we go, just let me know, okay? So the first exercise that you're going to be doing is a squat. So squats, you do feet shoulder width apart. Make sure your knees are going over your toes, and you put your hands on your hip or out the front. So up, down, like you're sitting on a seat. So stop your butt when your legs are 90 degrees in line with the floor, and up, down like this, okay? So then I want you to come over to the mat and do sit-ups. So laying down on the mat. And you put your hands beside your head, behind your head, or in front of you. So coming up. So do as many sit-ups as you can in 30 seconds. So when you're doing your sit-ups, just making sure that you're engaging all of your core abdominal muscles. And then the next exercise you've got is star jumps. So star jumps, you want to jump your feet out to the side as you bring your arms out to the side, and then you bring your feet back in as you bring your arms back down. This is pretty much working all over your body. Just jump up. Okay. And then the next exercise after that is kick-ups. So it's basically running on the spot, and you're getting your heel to kick up to the bottom of your butt there. So yes, so getting those knees, those heels right up to the back there. And then a plank. So plank, you virtually get yourself in the push-up position that we did earlier, except you put your forearms on the ground. So you're laying prone to the floor. So the key with a good plank is to make sure that you keep your entire abdominals engaged. That's really what's going to help you stay supported, and making sure that you keep your back perfectly in line, and keeping all your muscles nice and tight. So like this, up on your toes. And then while you're in that position, at the end of 30 seconds you can relax. And then after that, when we go again, you've got knee raises. So you pretty much get yourself back in the plank position and bring your knees up and out to the side. So that's really working all of these oblique muscles in here. Okay, so do you have any questions about any of those? No. Okay, all right. So we're just going to do one round for the purposes of today's training session, but typically I'd get you to do 3 or 4 rounds of this to really get that heart rate up for a long period of time. Okay, so if you're ready, just get yourself in position. So we're going to start off with squats, and okay, you got about 10 seconds till we kick off, and go for 30 seconds. Yep, that's good form. So just getting that butt nice and down to the floor. Excellent. Just see if you can keep your back just a little bit straighter up. Yep, and you've got about 10 seconds to go. Okay, 5 seconds. Keep it up, good work. Alright, excellent. So if you want to take your position on the mat for sit-ups, that's going to be your next round of exercises. I want you to try and get through as many sit-ups as you can. For the next 30 seconds, and starting now. Very good. Pulling in those abdominal muscles nice and tight to help you get up. Very good. Good controlled movement. Nearly halfway there. Very good. Got 10 seconds to go, keep it up. Alright, and you are done. Good job. Okay, so the next exercise is star jumps. So getting yourself in the star jump position, you've got about 8 seconds, then we're going to kick off again. 5 seconds, ready, and go. As many star jumps as you can for 30 seconds. Good form. Good work. And stop. Good job. Alright, and your next exercise is kick-ups, as I showed you before, making sure you're getting your ankles right up to the back of your butt there. Just come off the wall. Yeah, good job, and ready, go, 30 seconds. That's it, good high feet, good job. Excellent. Keep pushing, nearly halfway there. 15 seconds to go. Excellent. 5 seconds to go, you're doing a really really great job. And stop. Good work. All right, so if you want to get yourself in position for a plank, that's it. Up onto your toes and onto your forearms. This is what we call prone position, laying face down towards the floor. And then when you pop up, just keeping your back nice and straight in line with your toes, and go. Very good. Keeping those abdominal muscles in nice and tight. That's what's going to help support your back to stay up. That's it. That's it. Good job. Holding there. And you've got about 5 more seconds to go. You're doing great. 3, 2, 1, and 15 seconds rest. Good job. And then our next exercise is the side knee raises, so bringing your knee out to the side, really engaging those external obliques. Okay, ready, and go. That's it. 1. Good job. Excellent. You're nearly at the end. About 10 more seconds to go. That's it. Really engaging that core. Trying to keep that butt down a bit lower. And you can stop. Really good job. How you feeling? Good. Round 1 done. Excellent. Okay, so the next part of our training session involves more cardio, and this time we're going to be using the rower. So, Rice, I'm going to show you how to use the rower, and then we'll do approximately a 3-minute rowing session with you in control. So the rower is a really excellent cardio exercise to do because it pretty much works every major muscle group in your whole body. So your quadriceps, your gluteals, hamstrings as you are pushing the back of your legs to reach full range, and then also through your upper body, it's using your posterior deltoids, your trapezius, your latissimus dorsi, and your complete abdominal area as well. So it's really efficient, and it's a really good exercise to get our heart rate up. So at your age, your maximum heart rate is around 190 beats per minute. So what we want to do when we're focusing on aerobic cardio, we want to get your heart rate up into around that 70 to 80% range. So that's about 165 or so beats per minute. So that's unfortunately this machine doesn't measure our heart rate, but we will assess that with your perceived rate of exertion. Okay, so I'm going to just demonstrate how to use the rower today, and then we'll swap over and have a go as well. Okay, so the seat slides backwards and forwards. So you just really want to sit down on the seat, put your feet into the straps, and tighten the straps so that your feet are nice and secure. So the control panel here gives you a variety of workouts to do. Today we're going to use the just row function, but you can see the menu key here. That menu key will always take you back to this main menu. So once you get to this main menu, you just push which workout you'd like to do. So just row. So grabbing the handles, firmly placed there. We're going to grab them in front of us. So what we're going to do is push back with our legs. We get to the top of our range, pulling back with our hands until the handles are just in line with our pectoralis muscles, and then on the way back down, sending our arms out, pulling them back into the top of our range, out. Keeping our abdominals nice and tight, keeping our trapezius muscles pinched in at the top of our back when we reach the top of our range. Okay, so we don't want to let our shoulders sag forward like this, because that will put too much pressure on our lower back. So keeping it nice and tight and your spine nice and straight. Okay, so you okay? Okay. so that feels nice and tight on your feet.
Yep.
So just over on the side here, there is a resistance controller. So you can move this up and down to suit whatever resistance it is that you're working on. Today we're going to leave it on 10 because that's what's going to get our heart rate up nice and high as we row. So just grabbing the handles. Excellent. So yep, and just pulling back. That's it. Yep. Keeping your back nice and straight. Excellent. We're going to do about the next 30 seconds at that moderate pace just to warm up. Excellent. Pushing with our legs, keeping our back nice and tight. Stretch your shoulders down a touch. That's it. Pulling right with the centre of your back. Yep. Okay, so for the next minute I want you to pick up the pace a little bit. Now for this last minute, I want you to row as hard as you can. For the last minute. That's it. Really good. Keep up that pace. That's excellent. Really keep your back nice and straight. Pulling into the top of your chest. Great. Nearly halfway there. 30 seconds to go. Keep it up. Great. 20 seconds. Good job. 10 seconds. Well done. So that exercise and that intensity really will get your heart rate up, which is a really good cardio exercise to increase your cardio fitness. So really well done. All right, let's move over onto the cross trainer. So Bryce, the next exercise I've got for you in our cardio training today is the cross trainer, and like the rower, it's an excellent and efficient exercise to do because it really engages all of those major muscle groups we were just talking about, right through to all the major muscle groups in your lower body and most of the major muscle groups in your upper body as well. The advantage of the cross trainer is it's low impact because you're actually not impacting the ground as you go. It's really reducing the stress on the joints. So for that reason, it's a sort of friendly to your body kind of cardio exercise. So if you just want to, I'll actually just demonstrate how to use a cross trainer. So putting your feet into the plates here, and then you grip the handles like this. So you sort of pull on the handles as you push with your feet. So you're making a striding motion, and your arms and your legs are working together to make the feet go around. Okay? So you just want to jump up. So what we're going to do is put it on about a level 5 resistance today. So what we want to try and do is just get your heart rate up to around the 165 mark. So I might increase the level as we go just to make that resistance a bit harder just to get your heart rate up further before you need to. Okay, so when you're ready, just grip the handles. That's it. Excellent. So it's also giving you the RPM up there, so if you want to keep that around 50, that just gives you an indication of the consistent pace. We can see your heart rate there is in BPM, beats per minute, and your speed there is in revolutions per minute. As you can see, your BPM, your heart rate is at 155, so we're looking to get that up by about another 10 beats per minute. So we might increase your RPM to around 60 or 55, and then we'll try 60. 55 is pretty good, so just leaving it there for a minute. So we've got 3 minutes on this, and we've got 2 minutes to go. So now that we're a minute into it, I just want you to get that RPM up to about 65. Excellent, so just really pushing through our legs and using our arms. Just keeping it at that pace now. How's that feeling for you?
Yeah, feeling it.
Feeling it? Okay, good, that's the aim. You're doing a really good job. We've got about a minute, 10 seconds to go. Really good job pushing, making sure you keep pushing down through your legs, using that power, pulling up through your arms. Excellent. Got 40 seconds to go. Doing a really good job of keeping those RPMs up where they need to be. 65. And you've got 30 seconds to go. Just go as fast and as hard as you can for the last 30 seconds. You're doing such a good job. Very good. Excellent. You've got that heart rate right up there. 10 seconds, keep it up. Alright, 2, 1, stop. Very good. Excellent. You can jump off, well done. So that brings us to the end of our training session today. We've covered off on some strength training and also some cardio training. We've engaged all of your major muscle groups in your upper and your lower body. So at the end of such a big session, we need to stretch. So I've got 2 stretches for you today. One of those is to stretch out your quadricep muscles in the front of your legs here, and your trapezius muscle, which runs across your back in this area here up to your neck. Okay. So we're going to start off with quadriceps. So what you want to do is lift one foot up, standing on your other leg, and holding your foot behind your body like this, and holding that for 30 seconds, making sure we're breathing in and out nice and gently the whole time, and really feeling that stretch in the front of our leg there, okay? So I'll stand here in case you need to lean on me. You can put your hand on my shoulder. Alright, very good, and just holding that there for 30 seconds. And where can you feel that stretching?
Right through the front of the leg.
Okay, good. That's exactly what we're aiming for, so that's really good. Just hold that for about another 10 more seconds. Alright, and you can swap over to your other leg now. Excellent. Feel that one through the front of that leg as well. Yep, very good. Just want to hold that one for about another 10 more seconds. Alright, very good. Good. Okay, so the next stretch we have for your trapezius. What we want to do is take our ear down towards our shoulder in a nice, slow, controlled motion, and that's going to stretch all of the muscles on our opposite side. So when we take our left ear to our left shoulder, you're going to feel it on your right side and vice versa. So if you just want to follow me, dropping your ear down to your shoulder. So that's stretching all through this part here at the top part of your trapezius. And just tilt your head slowly down and forward a little bit, and that should be stretching the middle to lower part of your trapezius there. Alright. Bring your head back up slowly. Alright, so where did you feel that one?
Yeah, right down the side of the neck towards the shoulder.
Okay, excellent. So now we're going to do your other side. So right side, right ear to right shoulder. Just holding that one there for 30 seconds. Okay, and then tilting your head forward ever so slightly, just gently, until you can feel that pulling down a bit lower towards the middle of your back. Excellent. You're done. Well done. You've done a really great job today. Personal trainer, we're going to come across clients that have considerations for special populations. So what we want to aim to do is modify exercises and programming in line with what their capability is given the injury that they might have. So we always want to run the exercises that we're doing in line with an allied health professional's recommendations. And make sure that we're modifying the program to meet what the client is capable of doing. So for instance, if I had somebody that had high blood pressure, the main aim of training with them would be to ensure that we're not increasing and putting any undue pressure on their heart. So things that we want to look at is avoiding really intense exercise. We want to avoid really heavy lifting. And putting their arms really high in the air, or when they're laying on the ground, putting their legs up high in the air. And we also want to avoid them getting up and down really quickly, because all of those things put extra pressure on the heart, and that's definitely something we want to avoid when training someone with high blood pressure. We just want to do everything in a nice, controlled and slow manner, and making sure that we're keeping the weights in the lighter region. Okay, so if we were to be training a client with lower back pain, there's a few key things to remember. And basically we don't want the person to be bending at the waist with their legs straight, because that's going to put a lot of pressure on their lower spine. And we don't want them to be lifting and twisting with weights, and nor do we want them to be carrying weights out in front of them like this. So whatever load it is that they're picking up, we want them to keep it nice and close to their body, and we need to make sure that they're bending with their knees and keeping correct postural and spinal alignment. So it's actually really important for them to keep their ankles in line with their knees, in line with their hips, in line with their shoulders, in line with their ears, so that they're not hanging forward on their hip flexors or standing in sort of funny positions, because that's going to put a lot of extra pressure on those lower discs in their spine. So for someone with shoulder pain, it's really important to avoid using a too heavy weight too soon, and you want to allow ample recovery time between the sessions that you run with someone that has a sore shoulder. So you want to also work within their range of motion. You may also need to avoid some overhead exercises, such as a lat pull down or a overhead press, or even a bench press, because it really just depends on the range of motion that the person with a sore shoulder has as to what exercises you can do. So you might need to modify certain exercises and change the position of their shoulders. So instead of doing an overhead raise like this, you might want to bring it forward and do it like this, so that it's putting the shoulder into a position that